Man, Rooster, it's got to be 5 o'clock somewhere. Ow, ow, ow. Welcome back, everybody.
Do you know?
It's that show.
I'm Rooster.
I'm Bishop. And do you have your cosmonaut hat on?
Oh my god.
Have you acquired your taste for vodka?
No. I'm American.
America! Beer!
Fight with Ukraine! Dude, all these people who are like, I'm gonna sign up for the military, we gotta defend Ukraine and shit. I feel bad, but I'm like, I don't give a fuck about Ukraine.
No.
Why the fuck am I gonna go sign up for the military and fly halfway across the world to fight freaking Ukraine's war?
Yeah, and if you all don't watch any type of news or have a radio or have friends to talk to, you probably don't know that Russia is invading two separatist states from the Ukraine. They're actually fortifying their borders and fighting with the Ukraine. Which is kind of crazy because, like we were talking about, I actually have had this conversation where people are like, well, it's not right that another country goes in and aids another country that wants to have its own independent freedom or wants to join alliances or sides with another country. And I'm like, don't we do that?
Haven't we done that like 100 times already since we've been a country?
Don't we do shit like that? I'm like, I think some people need to do a little more research before they start flying off the handle.
But it's super interesting because I was kind of the same way from all the media that I was force fed. It's like Russia is invading Ukraine and like taking over and killing people, and it's like, yeah, that needs to be stopped. That's terrible. And then you actually look into it and you figure out more about what they're actually doing and why they're doing it, and like, okay, it's not as one-sided as the whole media portrays it. Like,
so you're trying to tell me that these two separatist states that broke away from the Ukraine, which there's already a conflict in Crimea a number of years ago, and not that long ago. I know people's minds are short-sighted, and this isn't anything new. And as from what I can see, all that Putin is doing is he's going into two separatist states that broke away. They don't want to rejoin the Ukraine, and they side with Russia.
Yeah.
Period. So I'm like, okay, what else is on the TV?
right?
So, I like what you're saying. People are like, "Oh, you got to go and we should join the military and go over and help all these poor bastards over there and everything." And I've had a similar conversation with individuals, and I'm like, let me get this straight. You're thumping your chest, right? So you're willing to sign your name on a piece of paper, put a uniform on, give up everything that you own, go to a completely foreign country which you can't speak their native language, and then stand on a line and you have no idea what the hell the backroom politics is in the whole situation.
Right.
No? Change your channel. Don't worry about it. Until it's here.
Literally.
If something happens here, right? Then I will be concerned.
See, that was my argument initially, where I was like, if somebody steps foot on American soil, you're damn right I'm picking up a fucking gun. but at the same time, Cole kind of made me think about how there is a line before that happens where we'd have to step in. Like if he's becoming the next Hitler and taking down country after country after country, it's like there would be a point where we would decide that we have to do something about it before.
And the reason that Russia is so scary, and I would say because Russia and China have had such interwoven dealings over history, right? Mm-hmm. What people don't realize about Russia, I'd have to do some research on this, but I'm pretty sure their dead man switch is still active.
Really?
Which is a fail-safe device.
Yeah.
Right? And in times of war, they actually put a heartbeat monitor on the president, which would be Putin. And if he dies,
the nukes go off automatically?
All the fireworks go off. All of them.
Wow.
Not just one, not two, not a dozen. All of them.
What if he trips and falls down the stairs?
Right?
Fuck.
So I'm like, please God, don't let that happen.
Right. it's crazy how long he's been in power there. You know, it's like my entire lifetime I've never known another leader of Russia.
I gotta say, for as old as he is, he's looking pretty good.
He does.
You know, I
He
don't
looks
know.
better than Trump, I thought.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of juice he's taking. he's doing all right. He's doing all right.
Yeah.
He ain't no he's no spring chicken.
Right.
Dude has been around the block.
Right. I watched this video of this guy going through Moscow asking a bunch of Russians about it and what they thought about it, and it was interesting seeing their perspectives and people being like, you know, it's just our sister country and Putin just wants to like rejoin us together, and like talking about how there are terrorists in there that are, you know, attacking Russia and you know, all kinds of like scenarios, or at least perspectives that I hadn't even considered. Even if, you know, there's not necessarily a lot of evidence, it's like interesting to see what everyone around the world thinks about this scenario before we as Americans just decide what it is.
Right, right. Yeah. Like, we're the ones that actually make the best decisions in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, we invented the drive-thru.
Pretty solid, though.
Yeah.
Nice work. Nicely done.
You actually made people become less interactive. Let's not even go into anything beyond that point.
Right.
TV dinners. Microwave. Sitcoms.
For real,
Let's not go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, but I don't think no serious conflict's going to escalate until like he attacks like a NATO country, you know.
But see, and that's just it. Because I don't think it'll escalate beyond the borders of the two separatist states and the Ukraine. Yeah. I just don't see that happening. And the only reason that there is conflict going on in the Ukraine at Kiev right now is because he's going in and he's telling them, he's like, I'm telling you, I'm here to help them. And this is where all your heads of state are. If you do not back down, we're just going to keep coming until you do. And when you sign those papers and just release them completely, we'll be fine. It's just one of those things where it's like association by pain.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
No, the stove's not hot. Ah, it's hot.
Oh.
No, the stove's not hot. Ah, it's hot.
Dude, some of the shit they're doing there, it is crazy because I just watched this whole video of this guy, Russian tank driving down the road, and there's a little tiny Toyota driving on the other side, and the tank goes to like cut it off a little, and it swerves out of the way, and the tank turns and drives right over it and completely crushes the car. Yep. The next 5 minutes of the video are Ukrainians trying to pull this old lady out of this car that just been ran over. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yep. I mean, well, it's times of war, and if the area was blockaded and blocked off and somebody's trying to cross without permission, I mean, that's some of the things that happen. I mean, that's just rules of engagement.
Right.
You think that Toyota is going to do anything against this personnel carrier? Let me show you.
Maybe when a tank goes to cut you off, you throw that bitch in reverse.
Quickly! Quickly! You better turn into tomato real quick. Be the backup champion of the world.
For real, though.
I don't know. I don't like bloodshed at all, and I don't like conflict. But I think it's one of those things. This has been escalating for years, and even when Trump was in office and he was there, and he was able to squash it down and keep it calmed down quite a bit. Just the general debauchery that's been happening over the last 2 years in all facets of life, right, has just put everybody to their wits' end.
Yeah.
They're like,
right.
He's probably, honestly, Putin's probably like, this is as good a time as ever.
Right.
Everything else is fucking broken.
Right. Might as well get this over with.
Right? Rebuild it from scratch.
Right.
It's like, what did your dad say? If the fire department's ever called to your house, just tell them to back up and let it burn down because I don't need to sit there and look at those sticks.
Right.
I'm not trying to rebuild charred sticks. Just let it burn down.
Right. Make it easier to haul out of there.
Start over fresh. Yeah. I don't know that. And it's funny because if you watch what's happening with the discussions too, with all the EU nations and everything that's going on, I'm not a huge fan of the UN or NATO. Really not.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just excuses for other political leaders to butt their noses into situations they have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a Jehovah's Witness banging on your fucking door telling you you're fucking up.
Right. You're going to hell.
I don't even know you. Why are you here? Why are you on my property?
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting for sure. Like I said, I don't think it's going to escalate too much farther. Hopefully, at least.
No, I hope not.
I did not plan on becoming a soldier in World War III, but...
Luckily for you, that would be a very hard pressed moment. And luckily for me, I'm too fucking old.
Yeah, and
So-
injured. You're like,
Yep.
see the shoulder?
Yeah.
It ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. No. I'm not picking up anything with it right now. It's all in your mind. It's all in your mind. No, I hope the best for those people, and I hope that the two separate states get what they want, and it de-escalates pretty quickly. It's
Yeah.
still going to take months. I mean, even if the fighting stopped, it would take months for Putin to withdraw all of his troops. And to be completely honest, within those two separate states, I don't think that he would withdraw his troops anyways.
Yeah.
He would keep them there just to fortify the borders to make sure that the Ukraine doesn't, try and reabsorb them.
Yeah. So there are only two states of Ukraine that he's trying to claim, or
He's not trying to claim them at all. They claim their independence. Crimea being one of them. They had broken away some time ago, and then Russia came in to help fortify, and Ukraine said it was a conflict, and really wasn't. Russia came in to fortify their own border to complete their sovereignty, and now you got a northern state that did the same thing. So you got these two. Now, interestingly enough, though, Crimea, where it sits, it's on the Black Sea. Now,
You were telling me about this, yeah.
this on a military advantage for Russia would be huge, not only for military purposes but commerce and trade. Because look at where their ports are now. They're at the widest
farthest
points
edges, yeah.
of the nation. Where this one's centralized, and it's a direct tie into the Middle East and the major trade routes. So, see, this is where you gotta read a map.
You gotta put the dots together.
You gotta read a map and get your little silly string out and get all conspiracy theory. But it would be beneficial for them. But more importantly, if a country or if a separatist state decided they didn't want to be a part of a country anymore, I mean, hell, look, if things really got out of control, look, Texas would do the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here in the United States.
Right.
Let's not fool ourselves.
They've already tried.
They're like, we don't want to be here. We can't move everything, but we can put up a wall.
We're really good at that.
So, I don't know. I think it's just a matter of people need to chill out, let the people that are in charge have a conversation, figure out what is the best solution, and move on.
Right.
Move on.
It just interests me I'd love to understand the background workings of why, the media forces information on us in certain ways to, influence our opinion.
But at the same time, don't you think that there's an element of smoke and mirrors there that is happening too? Because usually when we see conflicts like this arise and the entire nation's eye gets focused on it, there's something else that's going on that we don't see until later on.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, you slick little bastard.
You did that in the background.
Oh, you little bastard. So,
yeah, for sure.
that's kind of concerning.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, we're more concerned with a war or conflict that's happening how many thousands of miles away, where our own political leaders can't tell Justin Trudeau of Canada to pull his head out of his ass.
Yeah.
That's literally our neighboring country.
Yeah. Seriously.
Come on.
Dude, that whole situation is crazy too. They're taking people's fucking dogs and throwing people in jail and shit, obviously, but all the crazy shit that's going on up there. It's I understand blocking the road is illegal, but
hey, when your government isn't doing what it's mandated and chartered to do, can you blame the people for holding them accountable?
Right. For real.
Everybody in this country should be taking a very good look at that and realizing that at any given moment, if our government decided they didn't care what its citizens thought or wanted, that could very easily happen here.
For sure. Right.
You know. So, life lesson.
Yep.
The more you know.
Looks like I'm getting a little
low. It's time for a refill.
Yep. We'll be back.
Good of you.
That does it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to, that show.